What's up everyone, this is K Collections. Lostbelt is out. I saw some of you lucky bastards getting Anastasia with one ticket. I'm not concerned though, cause I'm saving for the thick one. Reviewed him already, so check that out. I'll go over Ana's stats, skills, give some CE and team recommendations to see if you should summon the Grand Duchess of Russia. For stats, she has identical HP and attack as Merlin and Tamamo, which isn't the best offensively because she's a damage dealer with semi-support capabilities as opposed to the other twos who are primary supporters. But what the hell do I know? I've seen people take on tough quests with Merlin as the main damage dealer. Her NP gains are okay. She is an NP spammer, don't think she isn't because of the numbers. Now, performing an Arts Brave will give you roughly 28 to 30% without the 20% bonus. If you include that, it'll give her 50%. Not bad. She'll be with other arts servants. To give you perspective, you start with any arts attacks, whether her own or other servants, applying the bonus, and it will gain around 7 to 12% per arts attack depending on the placement. Without any CEs or buffs, passives were factored in. For Star Gens, it's safe to say she isn't going to help much. Ana's active skills revolves around two things, her NP attack and providing utility support. She has an Arts Mana Burst which pierces invincibility. The debuff Resist Down is best used with her third skill which can stun an enemy. Only problem is that you will typically want to use an NP battery as soon as possible to start the cooldown process early. For her, there's a bit of timing for it. But with a 50% charge, you can easily turn one NP with CEs or supports, leaving her second skill which buffs attacks for your allies while debuffing all enemies. Great supportive function with a downtime of 2 turns or less. Priority really depends on what you want. For support, focus on second. For NP damage, first skill. For farming or turn 1 NPs, her third skill. For example, a 30% charge is already significant, so I would focus on a first and second skill. I can use a Max Limit Broken Halloween Princess and a Waver. Deal more damage, yet still turn 1 NP. All skills are great though. I would recommend her second as priority since it has the lowest downtime compared to the other two skills, which is 4 to 6 turns. Her Noble Phantasm, very simply, is an AoE that you want to spam to stack the defense debuffs. You want to use her NP first within an NP chain to increase your other servant's damage. Now, the skill seal is great but can hurt you sometimes. We've all experienced the dumb AI using a stupid skill instead of attacking you. Sometimes, that stupidity saved your life. Don't deny it. If you played this game long enough, it may have happened to you once or twice. But with their skill sealed, they are forced to attack you all the time now. Just something to be aware of. Damage-wise, in comparison to the other AoEs like Da Vinci or Nero especially, it's towards the lower side. However, NP gains, let's break down numbers. She'll get roughly 6% or 7% refund per enemy. If there's 3 of them, then around 20% NP refund roughly. If you perform an NP Arts Brave chain, then she'll charge around 50% without CEs, crits, buffs, aside from the passives, or overkills. For CE recommendations, there are 3 areas of focus. Arts, and Arts. I'm just kidding. Arts, NP gains, and NP damage. You could sprinkle a little extra like Chocolatier to provide some stars for your crit DPS servants, but having 4 arts in total, Formal Craft is the best choice. Cute Orangeette is great for NP spamming. Now, Smiling Face will not be out till 2021 New Year, so quite the long wait, but it boosts the 3 categories I mentioned. Other options are Dive in Blue or Painting Summer. These are free-to-play event CEs, by the way, so it should hopefully be Max Limit Broken if you're lucky with drops. But there will be a rerun for Summer 2, so if you missed out on Dive in Blue or didn't get the drops, well, then you're in luck. Painting Summer will be out Summer 3. Okay, so let's get the obvious supports out of the way first. Waver you'll typically use for farming, offering the most CE flexibility for events. Turn 1 NP without CEs just helps so much. Tamamo will most likely be your support for challenge quests. As you know, faster NP charging, skill spam, which makes Ana's charisma skill that much more consistent, and an arts buff. Healing as well for its survivability. Now, put 2 Fox waifus with Anastasia. Damn, you'll spam skills and NP for days. With 2 Fox weddings, shit, enemies will no fear. I personally would like to have another arts damage dealer though. Which leads to Caster Gilgamesh. Ana is compared to Gil by a few players, both being attackers with semi-supports, but that doesn't mean they can't work well with each other. Though Ana isn't a crit servant, the burst amount of stars he creates can lead to crit damage, which is another way to charge NP fast. Not only that, Gil can increase her debuff success rate. On top of that, he can stack his NP defense debuff with Ana's, along with his defense buff with her attack down skill, both working in synergy by increasing your team's survivability and damage output. Oh, by the way, I'm sure you guys know this already, but I've been calling Anastasia Ana to shorten it. But I'm sure there's some motivated fan out there who say that's not Medusa Lancer. You guys know the difference. I'm just gonna continue calling Anastasia Anna, just so we're clear. Just gotta get that out of the way. Though Mash not having an attacking NP works similarly to Gil, more so on the defensive side though. She can buff other servants' attack with her NP though. Mash overall just ups the team's survivability by a ton, working well with everyone but more so art servants, which is Anastasia. The upcoming Avenger Antonio Salieri is another option. I wouldn't call him free to play since he's locked, but there are some synergy between the two, such as his arts resist down and defense debuff, although he's best suited for arts crit teams. Anna, not exactly a crit servant. But within arts teams in general, Anastasia will feel right at home, Narrow Bride being another strong support for her. Final thoughts on Anastasia: she's an all-arounder type servant, mainly focusing on spamming her NP attack. Her utility makes her quite good as a semi-support unit, abilities all servants can benefit from, but due to her arts heavy deck, her placement is within that build. If not for herself, the 3 normal arts deck will certainly help others with NP charging. Anastasia also offers some utility, being able to stun an enemy. Her debuff resist down can also help other debuffers, not just herself, and her skill seal offers relief when facing skill spamming douchebags. Her NP damage isn't the highest in comparison to some others, but applying her defense downs, hopefully stacking it over and over again, offers another form of damage dealing. Weaknesses to be aware of: her damage outside of facing assassins will be lower obviously, but casters have the lowest damage modifier, so other servants to tackle neutral enemies may be more preferable. Anna also can't survive NP attacks, so bring out those Mashes and Davids. Possibly her biggest downside is that her 2 skills have long downtimes. 4 turns for her arts buff and 6 turns for her NP battery. Not the end of the world, but she loses some momentum because of it. So, Anastasia is a solid servant, very easy to use, yet also very effective. Good for farming, given that you increase her damage for more high HP enemies. Also good for challenge quests, especially when facing multiple bosses at once due to AoE effects. If you're looking for a good AoE caster, Anastasia is perfect. Now, she doesn't offer anything too game-changing for me to recommend everyone to kill their wallets for. If you get her, you'll benefit, no doubts about it, but if you don't really need an AoE arts caster, then skip her. As an example, I already have an NP 3 or 4 caster Gilgamesh, though different servant, yes, and he lacks NP battery. I certainly can make do with using him for quite some time, and I also have Kiara, which I rely on a lot. Overall though, Anastasia is a solid servant, so are you going to pull for her? As a reminder, she isn't story locked or anything, so there is a chance to spook, but if you absolutely love her, definitely go for her. A tremendous thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. If you want to support my channel, check out my Patreon or channel membership. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Fates content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and join my Discord server. All links are in the description. Have an awesome day, everyone. Till next time.